Welcome to Vybez Side Eyez, where the tea is hot and the takes are hotter.
Hey, it's your girl Maria J.
And I'm Taylor Made. Welcome to the podcast where we discuss real life, pop culture, and everything in between.
We're bringing you the good vibes.
And the side eyes.
Let's get into it.
What's up, you guys?
Hey, y'all. Welcome back to another episode.
Welcome back.
So, you guys, I just want to just come on out and say it because tonight's episode, I know we're usually joking. Like we said in some other episodes that we have done that were pretty serious. Just as a disclaimer, tonight we will be talking about the Karmelo Anthony story. I know most of you all have heard about this story thus far. So tonight will be a sensitive topic. So we just wanted to give that disclaimer because this can be a trigger warning for some. So for this story, this is going to, cover our popcorn and opinion segment, but this could end up taking the whole show. So just roll with us and we'll see where it goes.
Absolutely. Like this is really, this conversation is really needed in the culture right now. And we're both in the state of Texas, somewhere in the state of Texas. And so this really hits home, literally.
All right. So I guess, y'all, it is time for a good old vibe check.
Vibe check.
Yes. Y'all, we are still in the making. I'm going to have Taylor May get on that track. She going to put that song on wax so we can have a whole intro song. See?
We're working
There
on
go
it.
the vocals.
Tom? Yeah, he said not yet. How you feeling, Maria J?
I'm feeling pretty good. Let's see. So today, those of y'all who know, I do have a regular 9 to 5 as well for now because, we speaking into existence. But today was pretty busy. And so I just want to highlight a couple of things when it comes to people's attitudes nowadays. Like, just chill, okay? It's not that serious. And I know, like, the whole world is stressed out. Like some of the topics that we are going to talk about tonight. I get it. There's a lot of stuff going on. But for the few seconds before the interaction that you're talking to somebody, just show some kindness and keep it moving. That's it. That's all. I just had to breathe real quick and get that out.
No, absolutely. I mean, I get that it's hard because I've worked in the service industry and it really, I mean, sometimes you just have to turn it on for those 5 seconds that you're in front of that person and you can just go back to being however you want as soon as they walk away. But like, come on, you guys, like, even if you're having a bad day, it's not their fault. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of have to put your best foot forward for like that 10-second interaction, right? Or that 5-minute interaction. And then you just go back to doing whatever you were doing. But like, I don't know. I just don't think it's fair to the customer, the consumer to do all that. And then as far as you're saying, like with work wise, same thing. Like I know me, like if I'm having a rough day, no one's going to probably get a lot of Teams messages from me because like I'm chilling, like I want to kind of, not spread the energy around the office, so to speak, even though I work from home, you know what I'm saying? People can feel the energies on the meetings and stuff like that. So I just try to kind of like stick to myself if I can, but like there's just no excuse for, being rude and being weird. So
yeah, because it's like when I was in the public, it was the customers. And I'm like, I understand because of the line of work, y'all are coming and, different stuff like that. But like now it's the actual professionals that are the problem. Like this is your job. We're both are working to help the patient, not none of the other stuff.
Yeah. So like, let's come together and be a team. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
No,
How's your vibe this week?
Girl, it is, speaking of work, I am going on a work trip really soon. By this time that y'all see this, I'll be back. So don't even try it. My house is back secured. Thank you very much. It always stays secured. But anyway, so I'll be back by the time y'all are seeing this, but I am going on a week-long work trip to Vegas, which sounds super fun, but it is a little stressful because it's not going to be for fun. It's going to be for work. But I'm going to try to get a little fun in between. You know me, y'all. So Tom said I can spend some of the funds from the podcast. I'm just kidding.
Absolutely.
I'm going to go ahead and gamble a little bit, allegedly. So if I don't see y'all on the next episode, no, just kidding.
And so I know that, I know this is going to be a work trip, but if you do have like some personal time, are you going to vlog for us?
I see what you just did there, and I will be speaking to you and Tom after this show.
You really tried me for the last time, and I don't appreciate your life right now.
I'm so sorry.
Yes, I will vlog for you guys. since
Thank you.
Maria J. I mean, I really am excited. You guys, shameless plug. Please go check out Maria J's vlog channel because the girl is doing it. Okay, she's putting out content, honey. Period.
Thank
So
you.
we
Thank
love to
you.
see it. So please go check her out. And whenever my vlog comes out, I'll let y'all know.
Man,
Coming to
and
you
thank
next
y'all.
summer.
And y'all hype Taylor made up in the comments because she really be doing her thing when it comes to videography and she be playing. I get it. Because now listen, I have respect for people who do try to have a regular 9 to 5 job and vlog because that is just hard. Okay.
It's
So I get
hard.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really tough. But you know what? I won't have any other responsibilities other than myself while I'm there. So you know what? It'll probably get done. It's just the matter of getting it uploaded, but that's a whole nother thing. But
Yes.
no, overall my vibe is really good. I'm just a little nervous because I've never been to this kind of work convention thing before, but I'm excited at the same time to like meet all my coworkers. Like I said, I work from home and so everyone else does as well. So this will be my first time meeting everyone in person so I can finally see their legs. And so I'm really excited.
That
And
is
they
gonna
can
be
see
so much
mine.
fun. That is gonna be really dope, though. That should be a fun time. We would love a report next episode, please. Alrighty, you guys. So let's go ahead and dive into the popcorn and opinion. So, for those of you who know, Karmelo Anthony, just to kind of give a little background of who he is, a 19-year-old Black king. He was a son, a brother, and a friend, captain of both his football and track team, an honor student, held down 2 jobs while balancing school. And it was reported that he worked at Foot Locker and also HEB. He had a classmate, well, kind of like a rivalry classmate because they did go to different schools. And then just to introduce Austin Metcalf, and this is the young guy that he had a altercation with. He was a son, a brother, and also a twin. And he was also an honor student. And he went to, you know how like in high school you have rivalry schools. So he went to the opposing team school.
I do want to say, just for context, Austin Metcalf was also 17, as well as Karmelo. Austin went to Memorial High School in Frisco, Texas. Karmelo went to Centennial High School in Frisco, Texas. So, like Maria J said, same city, same town, but different schools. So they are rival, like she said. So just want to give a like how that would be that they're in the same district, but also like not the same school and how that goes. Because some people only have one school district. So I just wanted to put that out there.
Then we can kind of move on into what happened, just in case you need a little background about the story. So back on April 2nd of 25, an altercation took place between Austin Metcalf, which he went to Memorial High School, like Taylor Maid said, and Karmelo Anthony of Centennial High School at a track meet in Frisco, Texas. The incident took place at David Kirkendall Stadium after the meet was delayed by thunderstorms, with students seeking shelter under team tents. According to some accounts, Anthony entered Memorial's tent and was first told to leave by Austin's twin brother, Hunter Metcalf. Austin then confronted Anthony, leading to a verbal exchange. Witness accounts differ on what happened during the confrontation. Some said Austin pushed Anthony, described by some as a forceful 2-handed push, while others described as a smaller shove.
I want to point out that either way, though, Austin was the first to make physical contact, or whether it was hard or soft. Just want to put that out there, yeah.
Yep. And then this was an attempt to physically move him out of the tent. In the moments that followed, Anthony allegedly pulled a knife from his backpack and stabbed Austin once in the chest. Austin ran down the bleachers calling for help before collapsing. He was transferred to a nearby hospital where he was later pronounced deceased. Anthony surrendered to the police shortly after the incident. According to a responding officer, he said, "I was protecting myself" during the arrest and was described as emotional and crying hysterically afterwards. He was charged with the murder as an adult. Again, both boys at this time were 17 at the time of the incident. And so just to kind of stop there, let's just kind of talk about how this has gone so far. So we have 2 different teams. You know, everybody is it's storming outside. It's a thunderstorm. So you're just trying to get to shelter. Karmelo goes into the opposing side's tent and gets shoved out. And at that point, it's gotten physical, right? So he's feeling threatened and wants to protect himself. What are your thoughts?
Do they know each other prior? Because it sounds like there had been some type of something before because, like, if not, then this does go I mean, this is racial regardless, right? But that is
Mhm.
immediate racial. If they had never spoken before or had interactions or had any, any kind of words, and this was their first time meeting each other, and Austin got physical like that and
Mhm.
didn't want him under the tent for, like, no apparent reason, like, that leads me to believe that if that's the case, then this was big time racially motivated as far as him, like, saying, "Don't be under our tent," because what other reason if they never met? Now, if they have met
Right.
before, then this may be something ongoing, but I haven't heard anything that would suggest that they had, like, ongoing, like, beef with each other. I know the schools did, but did they
Mhm.
personally have that problem? Well, also, like you said, this it's the opposing team, but I would have to think, like, okay, if he ran over to your tent, your tent was probably the closest to him. I don't think he
Right.
was like, "Ooh, let me run to the other people's tent." Like, I'm pretty sure everybody's just kinda running to the tents, and maybe
Yeah.
where he was closer.
Mhm.
Those are my first thoughts on that, but, also, again, I have to stress because when it's the other way around, it's stress. The
Mhm.
first person to become, like, physical is Austin. Okay.
Mhm.
I'm not saying that means he should have lost his life. Okay. I do want to be clear, but like he is the first one to make physical contact. And I just want to put that out there again because I think it's really important to where because one person lost their life, you automatically think the other person's the aggressor when that is just not always the case. It's not always
Right.
the case. So those are my first few thoughts.
Mhm.
What about you?
No, that is true. And I just feel like this was senseless and the whole thing could have been avoided.
Yes, that's
Even
the
just
big
coming
thing.
out and even the twin even coming out and saying, "Get out of the tent." And my whole thing is, where were, like, the coaches? Where were the adults?
Probably in another tent, or I don't all those logistics I would love to know as well, because
Mhm.
we'll get into it, but there's some other things that come with the whole get out the tent. This goes deep
Mhm. Yep.
because, like you said, it's senseless.
It is. So, from that incident, Anthony's trial began with jury selection on June 1st of 26 in Collin County before Judge John Roach Jr. The defense raised a Batson challenge. And so, you guys, I wasn't familiar with what that was. If you are and if you're not, here's a little context of it. So, this is a legal objection raised during jury selection asserting that the opposing attorney is improperly using a challenge to exclude potential juror based on race, ethnicity, or sex. And then under US law, this is legal and needs no reasoning behind it. This then struck three black female jurors. The judge allowed the strikes after accepting race neutral reasons. Let's go ahead and stop there.
So just for the record, Anthony is black and Austin is white. So
Mhm.
that does matter, contrary to some popular belief. That absolutely matters. It makes all the difference actually, when it
Mhm.
comes to something like this, which kind of brings me back to what I was saying earlier. The quick response of get out of our tent.
Right.
I do feel, although again, this is not his, like, even though his actions I feel were wrong, I don't think anyone deserved to die or anything like that. I just want to keep reiterating that. But
Mhm.
that notion of like that being your first reaction versus
Mhm.
like humanity, which is like, okay, we're all running from this rain. Like,
Right.
who cares about who is
Thunderstorm.
who? Yeah, like thunderstorm, like no one's
Mhm.
caring. We get gnarly lightning here. Like, I'm sorry. We're on flat land here, like, no, we don't play about thunderstorms in Texas.
No.
So, yeah, and so for that to be a knee-jerk reaction is says a lot to me, and it's not something that's uncommon. We have had, I mean, definitely since 2020, but throughout all the years, had people like I feel like since 2020, social media has gotten really popular, so people are filming things more. But like
Mhm.
since 2020, seen so many videos of how many videos have we seen of like a black person just doing something in a park and a white person having to come over and say something and ask who they
Mhm.
are and why they are here and interrogation and like all this like it stems from racism and it comes
Yeah.
from way 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 back where that was what was going on. The policing was for us. That was a whole I'm not gonna go too deep, but that's the whole reason why we have police now. Google it, you guys. Google why we have police and where police came from. And yeah, you'll go down a whole rabbit hole
Yep.
because police were not always a thing in America. Like that was not a
Mhm.
thing for a very long time in the way that it is now. But anyways, yeah, so I just feel like, yeah, I feel like there's entitlement there.
Yes.
Yeah. And last thing I'll say, I did used to live in Frisco, Texas. So this is where this
Mhm.
occurred. Frisco is it has a white underbelly still because that's what it was prior, but it is becoming a melting pot, right? You are
Mhm.
having so many people brown, all shades of brown coming in to Frisco, and it's a beautiful, beautiful city, but it does have this underbelly still of this white racial divide. So it's really interesting because it's one of the most progressive towns in North Dallas, but you can just still go in a shop somewhere and feel kind of weird.
At a place, yeah.
Yes. Mhm.
Just to kinda add on to that too, y'all know my new thing has been Threads, scrolling through Threads. So I've been seeing a lot of different posts on there and people saying that they're born and raised in Texas, and they're not starting to feel like this is their forever place. They're starting to feel uncomfortable. Just to say something really quick, there was a shooting the other day in Collin, Texas. People are feeling uneasy about that. So y'all, it's really serious out here, and it's times where if you have a Black child, especially a Black male child, pour into him, love him, prep him because there's so
Mhm.
much against them and they really need to be protected by all means.
Yes, especially if
Mhm.
they're in a town like Frisco, because like I said, it is starting to be a melting pot, but you can easily still have a class more with white people in it than brown. And
Yep.
so it's really important when you have black and brown kids in white spaces. And it's important that
Mhm.
you talk to them about how to conduct themselves a certain way. And not just with the black boys, but especially with the black boys, but not just with
Mhm.
them, even the black girls. Like I have a daughter, and so, that talk is coming. I've been doing little nuggets here and there, but you don't want to scare her till she's 7 going on 8. So, before she's 10, but best believe she will have a certain talk
Mhm.
and stuff like that because she just has to be aware. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
she does, because although she may not quote unquote see color yet in that kind of a way, the world sees her already as a black kid. So
Yep.
yeah, you're right. And just to comment on what you were saying, like, yeah, about not living in Texas, I had a couple friends actually. One friend moved to Denver, Colorado last year, and another friend is moving. I think he's moving this year to Denver, Colorado as well. And it's so funny because I actually went on a solo trip there a few years ago, loved
Mhm.
it so much. And I actually told my mom, like, if I ever moved anywhere right now, it would be Denver, Colorado, because I just actually really love the politics there. I really love the area. It's not perfect, obviously, but it's also not Texas.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, I could see myself doing that. I really could
Yeah.
in the future. I really
Mhm.
could.
Noted.
Yeah. So look into Denver, Colorado, you guys. Like their politics are really, really, really good. I can get behind a place like that.
Absolutely. So, like Taylor May said, Austin is Caucasian, Carmelo African American, and they changed the jury. And I feel like even in a courtroom, you need representation. It should be a fair trial. And I'm sorry, but the jury was racist.
It looked like a Klans meeting. Like, what is
Yes.
going on? Like, I thought it was AI. When people were sharing that, I did not think that was real until after the sentencing and everything happened. And they were showing it again on like actual news. And I'm like, oh, I thought
Mhm.
that photo I saw a while back when they first started the trial was like AI.
Mhm.
That is disturbing because, like I said, yes, there's a big white tone in Frisco, but I will tell you this: you cannot go in a store without seeing a brown, black, some type of brown, black, something. So, ain't no way, baby, you telling me that you sent however many, jury duty, whatever, and only white people showed up,
Right.
and you could
And we
only
about to
pick
get
the
into them
white
numbers
people.
too.
That's
Yeah.
weird to me. That is the weirdest thing. And also this should have been in Dallas County, not the city. Yeah, it should have been done in the city of Dallas, not Frisco. That's already starting off wrong.
Mhm.
That's where the trial should have been held.
Right. And I don't know why, but for some reason, when I start seeing the clips of the courtroom, have y'all ever seen the movie A Time to Kill? I don't know why it gave me those kind of
Oh,
vibes.
I
But
haven't
it's
seen
with Samuel Jackson, Sandra Bullock, Matthew McConaughey. It came out in the
it.
90s. So if you have not
Ooh,
seen it, please go check it out. I'm not saying it's the same situation, but
mhm.
it just kind of gives you that vibe.
That vibe.
So the jury was seated on June 3rd with no black jurors, as we stated. So this included 11 women and 7 men, including alternates. So in opening statements on June 4th, District Attorney
I'm so sorry.
Bill,
Did you say the alternates were also white?
yep, they changed the whole thing.
Okay, sorry.
And like that's just so unfair. I feel like they already had in their minds what they wanted to do. And I'm sorry, but like going through all of this information, this trial moved so quick. And I know it's not like a high profile case or anything, but
It
my
was though.
goodness.
It was
Yeah.
because immediately when all this first happened on social, I remember because I was still working in the office at that time.
Mhm.
And, I started hearing about it. And yeah, because at that time, I think I started hearing about it and then I started seeing it everywhere on social media, mostly because, we're local and like, okay. And
Mhm.
so, yeah, I feel like it went like wildfire on social media. So I do feel like it was a bit of high profile. It's not high profile people. I get what you're saying.
Right.
It's not high profile
Yeah.
people. But yeah, I feel like by the time the trial came, it had gotten a lot of traction. Big time.
Mhm. Yep.
Yeah.
So attorney Bill Wersky called the killing a provoked unjustified murder, saying Anthony escalated a confrontation that included Metcalf pushing and shoving before Anthony used a concealed knife in a sneak attack. Defense attorney Michael Howard argued Anthony was seated when confronted and acted in self-defense in fear and chaos. He was not standing up or anything. So he was actually getting confronted and got bullied, and this is how the whole situation happened. Now, how come, people can make these different claims and stuff on the internet, and then when you get inside the courtroom, nobody can find any evidence, no supporting evidence. It's like they just brush past the facts.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that being said, on June 9th, the jury found Anthony guilty of murder after about 3 hours of deliberation and rejected the sudden passion claim. He was sentenced to 35 years in prison and will be eligible for parole after serving half of his time. Y'all, he is 19 right now. And half of 35 years, that's still too long.
Mm-mm. His whole and that's basically life. That's basically
Mhm.
might as well say it life. But I want to back it up because I have watched I used to be really highly into true crime a few years ago. I'm still into it, but I had to take a little step back from listening to the podcast all day, every day, because I started one, getting very paranoid. And two,
Mhm.
just sad and just like, wow, what is this world? And I brought a kid in it. Oh my Lord. So started getting weird vibes and it just started like, I'm an empath. So I started taking on that vibe. So I had
Mhm.
to take a step back a little bit, but I still watch stuff here and there. But I absolutely have heard so many times, like, how the process of, selecting a jury is so meticulous. Like, it's not just
Mhm.
easy, like, "Oh, yeah, okay." Like, both lawyers have to, like, agree on some terms. So, I am looking at Carmelo's lawyer very side-eye. Like, I'm not sure the credentials of him. I'm sure he's a great lawyer, but it's not giving because this trial should have never went on with a all-white jury. Are you serious?
Right.
There's no and the alternates were also it just wouldn't have mattered either way. Like, you were just it was it's giving op. Like, is he a
Mhm.
op? Because he don't seem like he was trying. He does
Right.
not seem like he was trying at all.
Mhm.
I just feel like I've heard this story before in reverse, and it's
Mhm.
definitely always taken into account. He was scared for his life. Why
Yep.
can't a seven oh, I got freaking chills. Why can't a 17-year-old black boy also be scared for his life? God freaking forbid.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, but, like, that pisses me off more very much so because we have definitely since 2020 kept hearing this stupid story from policemen to randos off the street. "I feared for my life. I feared for
Mhm.
my life, so I had to shoot him 20 times."
Mm.
And also, if Karmelo Anthony was so just vindictive and hateful, why didn't he have 10 stabs?
Right.
I'm not trying to be insensitive to the family or anything like that, but seriously, guys, think about this. Like I said, I listen to a lot of true crime. The main thing they know when they see a victim is like how many times they were stabbed. Was it a crime of passion? Was it, different things like that. The fact that he only, and I'm glad you said that, the fact that he only was stabbed once. Now, unfortunately, it was fatal, but it was once. That tells me it was defense. If it was truly, I hate you and I did it would have been a bop, bop.
Yeah.
Correct?
And that shows that it would have been premeditated and he planned on doing this all along.
Exactly. That alone, and I'm not a lawyer. I'm never wanted to be a lawyer. I don't know none of that. But I do know that doesn't even add up.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it was probably like, oh snap, because he's defending himself. He was scared. But it's just so hard for other people to realize, like, oh no, there's no way he could have been scared because he's, black athlete. What's he scared of? Well, what is your son scared of? Same thing. They don't want to be freaking bullied and like hit and ganged up on. He was definitely in the wrong tent. But like at the time, he didn't it's not like he tried to do anything on purpose.
Right.
And I think they did have some videos. I don't know if they're public or not, because I was thinking to myself, like, how is there not videos? Because like we live in an age of everything's filmed, right? Everything's filmed.
Yep.
So there has to be some type of video or something. I think they were talking about that, like how it's just sealed right now. And I think that's very interesting because I feel like when Black people in general are convicted for stuff, we get all our stuff aired out real fast. So I'm kind of side-eyeing that is not it. Obviously, we don't want to see the actual event, like blur that. But like, I do find it interesting why they're not showing the video. Is it perhaps you see who the aggressor really was?
Right. In defense, you would do whatever you need to defend yourself too. So that's not even a fair fight.
Again, one stab. Get off me, bro. It was giving get off me, bro. Not, I hate you so much, I'm coming for you, blah, blah, blah. There would have been slashes and stabs and all these other kicks and pits and like all this stuff. There was one stab. Again, unfortunately fatal.
Right.
But it just tells a lot. So I'm just side-eyeing the freaking lawyer. And I think the parents, if I can find the clip, I can give it to you to put up. But I believe the parents did come out and say that, yeah, they got the wrong lawyer. They were told, get a white lawyer, which I've heard that so many times, people. And I do think, it's something to that sometimes. But we have to be careful as a people. We have to be careful as people. There are plenty of capable Black lawyers.
Yes.
So many. And I'm not saying that none are corrupt or none or whatever, but that's the same on the other side. So you guys, it's all about vetting, and sometimes we got to stop the stigma of white is right all the time. And I think we have to be very careful. Again, this is not his parents' fault that this happened, but they even came out and said recently, like, we listened to the wrong people. We listened to the wrong people, and we chose him because he's a white guy. And
Yep. So after that trial, tensions remained high outside the Collin County Courthouse and throughout the trial, with supporters of both Karmelo and Austin gathering daily and clashing in reaction to the proceedings. Let me just stop there because the videos that I've seen regarding the trial and people standing outside as supporters, absolutely disgusting. Making different comments that Karmelo should be hung from a tree, like ridiculous.
I have not seen those. I've really tried to stay away from this to a certain degree. Like I get educated on it, and then I just kind of like stay away because it's very triggering. But that's insane. And again, rooted in racism. For those who want to, oh, it's not black and white. It's quite literally that. It's quite literally that. And the fact that you live in a world that you can say something like that is telling. And it's called privilege. Thank God you don't have to see black and white all the time. Thank God. Thank God.
Yeah.
I wouldn't wish that on anyone. But unfortunately, we have to move in such a way because it is quite literally sometimes life or death.
Yeah, y'all, it's 2026 in some parts of Texas. If y'all live in Texas or live somewhere else, Texas is huge. To go from like mid Texas to West Texas, that's about an 8 or 9 hour drive.
Yes.
There are still little towns hidden in Texas called sundown towns. You better not to be brown skinned at all.
Nope.
And there after the sun goes down, literally.
Yep.
That's your life.
I
So
grew up in a
yeah.
small town. It wasn't a sundown town. I'm sure at some point it was a sundown town, but it wasn't considered one necessarily.
Mhm.
But all around my small town, hometown, are small towns, and we knew. You don't go
Mhm.
over there after a certain
Right.
time. But even in
Mhm.
my town, there was a girl. I mean, yeah, a girl and guy dating, black and white.
Mm.
And this was like when I was growing up. So this is not like back in the 1950s is what I'm trying to say. So
Yeah.
like, this is like when I was growing up, I believe. My mom told me this story a few years ago, actually. She was like,
Mhm.
actually, it was crazy because like I think the father found out that he had gotten her pregnant or that they were together or something weird with that, right?
Yeah.
And something weird happened with that. I don't know if it was like an Emmett Till type of thing where she's like, "Oh, he raped me," but it was really a relationship or whatever. I don't know if that was the case or what happened. But
Mhm.
let's just say all of a sudden he hung himself on a tree. He committed suicide.
Mm.
And mind you, this boy was 6 foot well over 6 feet, and the tree was so low that when they found him, he's dang near on his knees. How do you hang yourself from a tree that's shorter than you? Would you do that?
No. Mm-mm.
Right. So you tell me what that was
It's
like.
terrible.
Yeah.
Even driving outside of Texas into Oklahoma, there's this long stretch of road called the Beeline, and it's like these little towns and different stuff like that. Over to the right, I always know it. I look for this little White House, and it has a Confederate flag on it. Y'all, this is like it's just
Mercy.
so sickening and ridiculous that Black people are hated so much
So
in
much.
this country.
Mind you, while we here, y'all literally brought us, mind you.
Mhm.
So why
And
you
let me just
claiming
say
that?
this. Yes, America would be nothing without us being over here. And there's different claims on the internet, and it shows like these little AI videos. If we were to leave,
The
yeah,
economy would fail. It would fail.
absolutely.
But this side note, that's why the economy is not doing well right now. You firing us.
Right.
You're firing us. I was a part of that last year.
Mhm.
A lot of Black women got fired last year. Black men too, but it was a lot of Black women in particular from the workforce that got fired. And I'm not
Mhm.
making allegations towards anyone that I was associated with. I'm just saying in a general way that there was it just very interesting how that occurred.
Mm,
But yeah, and so because of that, so many people can't buy things as much anymore and things like that. So it's already tanking the economy in a way. So yeah, if we
mhm.
were to up and leave, they wouldn't allow it. They wouldn't allow it. They rather control us here before they let us go.
And here's the thing too, I'ma add on to it and then we're gonna move on because we're not gonna get too much in the corporate world. But
Yeah.
it amazes me how people want the position and the title and they don't want to do the work. But you're finding the people that will do the work and get it done correctly and on time as well.
We get
Yes.
we get
And so I see all these different, like percentages online, and it's like, you give 100% all week, but like for the majority of the workplace, and y'all know where I'm going with this, it's maybe 25% on a daily basis because Friday don't even count in corporate.
Mhm.
It just don't. So I'll leave it there.
Well, I'm gonna take it to hell. So, mind you, we call lazy. That's like their main thing, right? We're lazy. Why would
Mm-hmm.
you get lazy people to work fields for you? Why would you get lazy people to work your houses and your homes? Why would you get lazy people to watch your children and literally nurse them from
Yeah.
babies to older kids? Why
Mm-hmm.
would you then, if we're lazy people, why would you want to grape us and procreate with us? If we
Mm-hmm.
were lazy people, why would you auction us off as though we're cattle because you're just trying to see which one's the strongest and all these different things like that? Why? How are we like what? That doesn't make sense. So if we're so
Right.
lazy, why would we be so needed
Mm-hmm.
in that kind of situation? Why wouldn't you go get the stronger race? That's
Mm-hmm.
weird. Shouldn't you have gone to get the stronger race? Whatever race you think is stronger, wouldn't you have white people in the cotton fields? Y'all are
That part.
superior. That's odd that you had us doing it. And
Mm-hmm.
yet we rose and we survived. And I think that's why you hate it. Because
Mm-hmm.
even through that, our blood runs strong.
Yep.
It will continue to run strong. And I'm so glad. And I don't know if I'm jumping ahead, that Carmelo and his family are appealing this.
Yes. No, we haven't even got there yet, but that is the good news because and y'all, have y'all seen the picture circulating of this child's jumpsuit for prison?
Yeah.
It's giving cotton field.
Yep.
You know what? What is it? 12 years a slave? That's the
Mhm.
kind of outfit that they have that child in. Absolutely ridiculous.
It's terrible. It's horrible. And you guys, how do I want to say this? No matter how you feel about like if he should have been found guilty or not and things like that. Okay, let's say guilty was the correct thing. Let's just say that in this world that guilty was the correct thing. He did take another person's life. This is true. The sentence itself is rooted in so much racism.
Yeah.
So that alone is diabolical. This boy, because he is a boy, even though y'all wanted to try him as and did try him as a grown man, which also is diabolical. This boy, if the appeal and all that does not go through to his favor, like he'll spend his life there. He will literally spend the best days of his life there. His parents could be well gone by the time he gets out. If he gets out, this is
Right.
assuming that this boy even survives the whole time in prison. There are people who just die before they even finish their sentence. And then when he gets out, do you think he's going to be automatically this amazing person of society? No, he's going to be traumatized.
Right.
Because there's a whole cycle here. It's just like one of those things because we can argue all day if he should have been found guilty. The problem also is in the sentencing. It's harsh.
And again, like we said, so sorry, but if he was not black, he wouldn't have got that type of sentencing.
10 years tops.
That's it.
10 years tops. And I don't, with good, what is it called? Good,
Behavior.
thank you. Good behavior. 5.
Right.
100%.
Yep. Just to kind of call the roll a little bit, since there will be a crowd that just feels like we're doing too much. George Zimmerman, self-defense, not charged, walked free, protected by law, fatally shot Trayvon Martin. Rick Chow, self-defense, walked free, protected by law, killed Cyrus Carmack Belton. Kyle Rittenhouse, self-defense, acquitted, walked free, praised and defended, killed 3 men, not just one, but killed 3 in a Kenosha, Wisconsin BLM rally. Then Karmelo Anthony, self-defense. His was rejected, charged in his 35 years, defended himself, and received, I feel like, and I know that's not a max sentence, but for him it is 19 and you spending 35 years and you have to serve at least half of that. That's ridiculous.
Let's do the math. He's currently 19. What was it, 35? 17 and a half years. 19 plus 17. And this is not even guaranteed.
Right.
The best case scenario, this gets appealed way before, but like let's say it gets appealed later or that he only has to serve half. He'll still be 36. 19, mind you, when he comes out, whether it's 36 or 55, he will be 19 here.
Right.
Because that's how it works. You are completely stunted when you go into that prison for whatever time it is. There are so many men who come out in their 40s and 50s who went in juvie days. And it's like they are still 15, 16, 17 in their brain.
Like, y'all, it's no access to anything in prison. Prison is such a business that you don't even get the help that you need while in there. It's supposed to be a rehab and correctional facility, and that is far from what happens in there. Everybody that comes out still has, like Taylor May said, the mindset of the person they were when they went in. And then at the same time, when you get out, where's your job? Where's your chance at life again?
That's a whole other thing. The process after is trash. Oh, it's built so you come back. It's totally built for you to come back, even if you weren't like this criminal in the past. Maybe you just did like Karmelo one thing, and boom, you're in here for all these years. You come out, you can't get a job, you can't do this, you can't do that. So what do? You do illegal things probably or whatever, like you might do that. If you're not stable enough and you don't have enough support, that might be what you do. What if he comes out to no family? Like obviously he'll have some family, but what if he comes out to no immediate family?
Right.
And he is completely on his own. God knows what the technology will be then in 35 years. Can you imagine? So it's just like the system is not set up. It's set up for you to fail basically. while you're in there and while you're out. Now, if you're like me, you watch a lot of different prison shows and things like that. And yes, there are prisons that have programs and things like that. But you have to understand that even the best of prisons do not set you up completely for success. Okay. And it is extremely hard to get into the programs once you're there because the prisons are so overrun. There's wait lists. So you could be in there for 10 years before you even get into a program.
Yeah.
Okay. So during those 10 years, what's going on? What's happening to his psyche alone?
We just keep the parents and the rest of the family in our prayers because that's a lot to deal with. Like I was looking at an interview and this might be the same one you were talking about between Karmelo Anthony's parents.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, wow, because you can see the hurt in both of their eyes. But his poor mom, it's terrible.
Yeah. The vibe I get from her is that she just feels like she failed him. And I just pray that she gets so much peace in that because she did not. She did not fail this boy. She did not. This was not her fault. This was not something that either one of them, I hope that they are not feeling guilty about any of this, even when it comes to the picking of the lawyer. Like things how would you know? Because this could have easily been a black lawyer and it still would have went the same way. You just don't know. You're going up against a machine that is Frisco, and backing Frisco is Dallas. So, although Dallas would have been more of a mixed jury, let's not get it misunderstood. We in Texas.
Right.
This is the Wild Wild West still. And there's a lot of glitz and glamour in the city. Best believe as soon as, like just Maria just said, as soon as you get out these city lights and get out these city limits, it is Wild Wild West out there. I'm telling you, I grew up in one. I grew up in one where, tractors are on the road. It's very country, okay? And the rules are different. The rules can be different. It can get real weird real fast, and you guys to be careful. I did not grow up in the 50s. I grew up in the 90s, and I was even told by a good friend in school, no, you can't come over because you're black. So how progressive are we, y'all? I did not grow up in the 50s, but I was straight up told, yeah, everybody else come to my party, but you and this other girl, y'all can't because y'all are black. My dad doesn't want that. Oh, okay.
Right.
First time I ever realized I was different. And I was 7, 8.
And how traumatic. You're a child just trying to have some fun. And then this is another example of how racism is taught to children. We don't come here seeing color. We just want to have fun. We're free spirited and kids are so innocent and it's just love. But this not little, but this big racism issue that we have is terrible. And that evil just has to die. But you know what? The more that things just keep on happening, I'm almost convinced that it never will. You just have to try to overpower it with light and love.
Yes. And resistance. A little, it has to be some resistance in there. I truly feel like everything has its time. I do think there's a time of peace. I do think there's a time of love. There's always time for love and all those things and grace and all these things. But I do think that without resistance and without rising up, we wouldn't be where we are now as Black people, even though we have so far to go as a society, as a country, as a world. But without the resistance of the ones that came before us, all I'll say is drive down to Mississippi, drive down to Alabama.
Yeah.
You will still see some things. And that is all I'm going to say. You will still see some things till this day that people are paying off debts. Generations of families still living on a certain property, doing a certain type of work in certain type of fields.
Yep.
It's that deep.
And sorry y'all, but it's always about race. And nobody makes it up. Nobody's always trying to take it there. Listen, we are tired of talking about this kind of stuff.
Exactly.
But yeah, unfortunately, we just keep getting handed the short end of the stick time after time after time after time. Are y'all tired yet? Because
not
my
tired
gosh,
enough.
Right.
This country was built on blood. Built on the fact that y'all came here, claimed it as y'all's. Freaking Christopher Columbus rediscovering things that were already discovered, mind you. And it started with race. You came over here, you saw some brown people over here living their life. And we won't go into it today, but also saw some Black people here already as well. But we won't wake that up today. Some of us were already here. But anyways, you come over here, you see well-established stuff, but it's not the same type of established you come from, okay? There's not buildings and things of those. You think they're savages, okay? And you come over here and they welcome you initially, and it's a bloodbath for them. Bloodbath. And you take their whole freaking country based off that alone, based off you having to control a situation, coming in and being like, what are y'all doing here? We just discovered this place. Actually, no.
Right.
History suggests otherwise. This land was here a very long time ago, and people were inhabiting this land a very long time ago. And again, it comes from that entitlement is so freaking strong. I don't know where the entitlement and the audacity came from. I don't know where it came from, but it is so strong in their lineage.
Yeah. Also, to add to that, you don't even want to touch on anything. And just because it's not you personally doing something, I'm the black friend. Can you check on me, see how my mental's going?
I knew who my good non-black friends were when they reached out when certain things happened. Not to ask me what's going on. Not to ask me to educate, but just to say, hey, girl, I see what's going on. I'm checking in on you and your mental health. I had to do it.
That's a blessing.
And to this day, we like this.
Yes.
Because I knew that they didn't take advantage. And then so many others that did message, but took advantage of the situation to try to see where I was feeling with it. Well, this is sad. This is so crazy on both sides. Girl, what?
Right.
What's both sides? Both sides what?
Right.
It's just so sad. Well, keep your sadness. That's crazy. It's just that you started the scale in all over my eyes started lifting, and I was like, oh, okay. So when you say you don't see color, that means you don't see the injustices done towards me because you're colorblind, right? That's weird because I saw you pick up that red apple instead of the green one. So I don't think you're very colorblind. Okay, I'm black. I need you to see the color. Thank you.
You're right. Very interesting. That's crazy though. It's like, really? I can't get a check-in. Kiana, you okay? Like, I see all the stuff that's going on. How are you feeling about it? I'm so sorry that my community is shit and you have to go through this kind of stuff. Nothing.
And that's all. You can't go back in time. I know that. We're not dumb, contrary to popular belief. We know that you can't go back in time and do it. All we're saying is hold the people accountable. Don't come and tell me, yeah, we was just at a barbecue the other day and they all Trumpers. Blah, blah. Did you say something?
Right.
Then if not, shut up. Don't talk to me. Stop coming at me with the trauma. People would come to me with the trauma. So yeah, like my uncle, he was saying this is. Did you say something?
Right.
Well, no, like, okay, don't talk to me then. Why are you telling me? I don't care that your uncle's racist. Add it to the lot. Like, I know. Like, what does that do to my life? But you want to see a reaction.
Yes. Ridiculous.
Question for you.
Oh, yes.
2 questions. First question, if this was your son, what would be your advice? For however long the appeal will take, what are your words to him going into that prison? 2, if you were Karmelo, what would be your thoughts or what you feel like your next steps would be?
So if I was the parent going into the appeal, I would just speak love and power into my child. I would let him know, keep his head up at all times, make sure that he protects his mental, just stay to himself.
Yes.
Don't cause a scene. Just stay quiet, stay humble, and stay out the way. I would let him know that I'm praying for him at all times. Tell him to say his prayers at just whenever throughout the day while he's there. And just let him know that God is covering him and that we're doing all that we can to make sure that something happens, whether it be that he gets to come home or his sentence is shortened.
Yeah.
If I was Karmelo, that puts me in a different headspace. I would be angry.
Yeah.
Because there's so many different emotions. You get told, first of all, starting at home, protect yourself. I protect myself. The police is supposed to protect me. It's self-defense, right? Why am I in prison for 35 years? I'm 19 years old, scared out of my mind, I'm sure. And, excluding the parents because, like we said, they couldn't control anything. But in that moment, feeling like Karmelo and being behind those walls, I would feel like, dang, I'm by myself. Nobody had my back.
Yeah.
But I would say once I got over the anger, I would really have to like talk to myself. And at 19, well, and he's a smart child too. So he has some words and some different things that he can, recite to himself and probably help his mental. But at 19, I would just be kind of devastated for a little bit. And once I snapped out of that, then I would try to do whatever I could just to keep myself on the right track.
That's good. I love what you said there. I'll say, like, if I was him, I would, like you said, I think it's so important that he has a time of anger. Like, he has
Mhm.
a time of sadness, anger, all the things, and really feel his feelings, because I do think if he goes there automatically and just be like, "I'm numb," I think that's doing a disservice to him. I think he needs to go through those stages, but there is gonna be a day he wakes up and it's, "Okay, this is new normal, like, I know what to go do." Like, it's hard the first, I don't know how many days it takes for that to happen, but just from hearing
Mhm.
about people's experiences and things like that, like, yeah, that sting kinda goes away after a while because you realize, like, this is my new life for now.
Mhm.
And so the day will come where he doesn't have that pit in his stomach anymore, or that lump in his throat anymore, and the constant nightmares and the constant thoughts and things like that that could be happening as well to him. So I
Mhm.
would tell myself to keep hope alive, and I'm not saying that in a funny way, but, like, literally, like, keep hope, keep the faith, and, like,
Right.
and fight through it, and no, be a realist and say this could be a 35-year thing, or it could
Mhm.
not, it could go either way, but I gotta make the best of what I can with what I got. But I mean, I'm not saying do that right away. Feel your feels for sure.
Right.
If I was his parents, I would urge him to write. Start
Mhm.
writing even now. Just start writing every day. Write, write, write.
Mhm.
One gives them something to look forward to, gives them a purpose, a feeling of getting things down. You'll know that even if he's not talking to someone, he's writing it down. That is very cathartic for him. It would be, I would imagine, cathartic for him. So he should start writing immediately, like now, even if it's
Mhm.
anger, even if it's a bunch of anger, 'cause that's gonna be something one day for sure to look back on. Also, just in general, like, to definitely be careful who you befriend and don't trust
Yes.
anyone. You can
Mhm.
pretend to trust,
Mhm.
but I truly would be like, "There are no friends in there." I would just
Mm-mm.
straight up tell him, like, even if they seem friendly, and I mean, maybe after this you do end up being friends, always keep a second eye on it, because I just wouldn't just can't. You can't.
Mm-mm.
I will say it's very hard and tough because, like you said earlier, I'm glad you said the whole thing about anger. Isn't like, how hard is that? Because it's like, you're going to jail for defending yourself, yes, but the world is seeing it as anger and, like, you being this big, black, scary monster, and then it's
Mhm.
like, now I have to also not act like I'm angry?
Right.
Because it's like, if I feel my feelings, am I turning into what they say I am? I'm sure that's, like,
Mhm.
playing through his mind, because it's like, "Okay, well, am I this big scary monster?" So, I would, if I was his parents, just to end it there, but if I was his parents, I would try to always remind him who he is.
Yes.
Who he is, not who he was, who he is, who he still is, and what the facts are,
Mhm.
things like that, and just to make peace with everything, and to
Mhm.
make sure that he knows he's still, even even in the storm he's in, he has purpose.
Mhm.
We don't feel like we have purpose, and I'm saying that out of even myself. When the days I feel the lowest are the days I feel like I don't have purpose, and
Right.
so that's kinda where you start getting into those dark spaces, and obviously we know how sometimes that can end, and I don't want that for him at all. There's
Mhm.
so much hope still, even if he does have to do the 35 years. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, there's just so much hope there still that he can have. It may look different, but that's what I would say, and, this is just really unfortunate, and really unfortunate. I also wanna say it is unfortunate that Austin lost his life. I do think it's
Mhm.
unfortunate, and I send condolences to his family, in the way of losing a child is not what anyone in this life deserves.
Mhm.
But if they do truly, I think they are people of faith. I wanna say I saw some things online about that. I would ask for them to search their heart, because if they truly believe that, there's some forgiveness and accountability
Mhm.
needed on your end as well.
Mhm.
It's not just Carmela, like, we have to be honest here.
Yep.
Carmela, we're sending you well wishes. I
Yes.
don't know if you'll ever see this. I don't think you will, but, like, on the chance that you or a family member of yours sees it, we wish you well. Please keep
Mhm.
the faith, keep hope in your heart, write down your thoughts, even if it doesn't, feel like it matters. It does.
Mhm.
It does, and your life matters.
Yes, and with that being said too, I believe I have seen some clips of information where he is being held right now as far as
Mhm.
incarceration. So I'll try to go ahead and get that information pulled and I'll put it down in the description box. So, if you do want to send him some words of encouragement, that information will be readily accessible for you guys.
Absolutely. Thank
But you
you.
guys, this was such a heavy topic to talk about. Me and TaylorMade have been going through the different feelings and emotions of it all. So thank y'all for hanging in here with us while we talked about this subject and really just kind of went in because y'all, this is like we said before, talking about some other topics on Vibes and Side Eyes. It's a really crucial time for this nation. America needs to wake up, take accountability, and know that the tab that they have collected for themselves, it's
Mhm.
about to be time to pay it.
Ooh.
So
Say that one more time?
let me see if I can. Yeah, I can grab it. So we need America to go ahead and wake up, understand that the tab that they have collected for themselves, it's almost time to pay it. It's
Boom.
it's expensive to be
Boom.
this reckless. It's just y'all. It's such a challenge just being black in this country.
Yes.
And I'm sorry, but it's not. But yeah, yes. I don't know. Like United States of America, there's only division. And it's
Mm.
by design. And I just want to say this too in closing to my white people out there. Hey y'all. If you haven't realized by now, unless you're sitting at that billionaire table, y'all are not cared about like that either.
Ooh.
So there's division there as well. So I don't know if that's where some of the backlash is starting to stem from or what the case may be. But like again, like I said, just wake up, smell the coffee beans or whatever you need to smell to knock some sense into yourselves because it's not looking good for any of us, whether you want to believe it or not. Everything is by design to divide us. And one thing that has stuck out to me is like different brands that I've seen, and I want to say it was Colgate. Yes, it's Colgate toothpaste. They
Mhm.
actually have Palmolive name on them as well. So you have like all these different brands, and you'd be like, yeah, well, I don't want to drink Dr. Pepper because I like Big Red, or or I like Olipop.
Mhm.
And it's like all of these people own the same companies, they're just under different names. So it's like a
Mhm.
whole division. It's crazy. We'll have to do an episode on that too.
Oh, yeah. It goes deep.
Yeah, but everything is systematic and it's all by design.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. But I love what you said about them they about to have to collect their dues, and I do think that's why they're scared, and I do think that's why there's a lot of killing and things like that happening or unaliving because, yeah, like, you're hearing they're hearing the saxophones are playing, and
Yeah.
if I find the clip, I'll send it to you, but it was
Mhm.
a gentleman on there, and his name is escaping me, but I will put everything on there. He said, "What white people really fear," and I'm paraphrasing, "what white people really fear is that we'll go around and do what you did to us, and that is what you fear."
Mhm.
So there needs to be acknowledgement there because if you did nothing wrong, what are you scared of?
Right.
What are you scared of that we would retaliate on?
Mhm.
So I'll leave that
Some
there.
questions that needs answers.
Yep.
Yep. But yes, you guys, so I guess we are about to go ahead and come on to a close. Y'all can also show us love down in the comment section. Let us know how you guys, I'm not gonna say enjoyed this episode, but how do you feel about this episode?
Yeah.
Like all the different things that we talked about. What are some of the things that resonated with you that you actually have encountered too on those different topics? We would love to hear from you guys.
Can I do something real quick? It's a little weird, but let's just do it all together. Anyone watching this, whatever color you are,
Hmm.
wherever you come from, whatever your background is, can we just inhale and exhale for like 3 seconds? Like as a
Yes.
collective. I feel like this
Yes.
episode was really heavy, necessary, but really
Mhm.
heavy. And especially to my black and browns out there, especially my blacks. Like, I think sometimes we just have to breathe and, like, ground ourselves because this can get really deep and heavy, and I don't wanna leave it, that way. So if we can just leave it off on, like, breathing exercise.
Yes.
Is that weird?
Let's get it.
Okay. Alright, we're gonna inhale for 3 seconds and then exhale. Ready? One more time. Thank you guys for watching.
Taylor is a yoga coach by night.
Yeah. ASMR instructor by day. No, I'm just kidding. Channel coming soon.
Yes. Y'all put some microphones in the chat, okay? Listen, TaylorMade is so talented and have so many ideas, y'all.
You're so
yes.
sweet. Thank you.
Speak truth to power and put it down in the comment section because we need to see our girl flourish on the social media side. She be doing her thing too. She viral on TikTok too. Go check her out.
Bye. I apologize in advance. Tom, she just put my address out again. I'm done. She done put my address out here for these folks. My Lord.
Yes, y'all. Until next time, we're bringing you the good vibes
and the side eyes.
See y'all next time. Bye.
You are afraid that if we ever come to power, we will do to you and your fathers what you and your people have done to us. And I think you are judging us by the state of your own mind, and that is not necessarily the mind of black people.